Hello there, troopers, and welcome back to General Kenobi's Bunker. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Fulcrum Decoded. I got it right this time. Last time I kind of got my wires crossed, but here we are, and thank you so much for joining me on this fine Wednesday night. This is what the show that we talk about, Ahsoka. Ahsoka just dropped episode 6 yesterday and gave us plenty to talk about again, which is something good. But before we get into all that, again, thank you so much for joining me here. And just a quick reminder, we do talk spoilers in this show, okay? So if you haven't seen Ahsoka episode 6 titled Far, Far Away, awesome title, by the way, then by all means, go watch that. Um, Maybe watch it a couple times because, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on. And then you can come back here and catch the replay by all means. All right, but be warned again. We in a few minutes we're gonna talk about the episode, full on spoilers. We're not gonna hold anything back because we're gonna be dissecting it a little bit. Again, there is a lot to unpack on this episode. But we already got some people here in the chat, so let me jump in real quick and say hi. We got LeBron Fed saying hello, everybody. Appreciate you coming in, brother. Thank you. Got Rex from Millennium Workshop saying good evening. LeBron saying hi to Rex. Rex saying hi to LeBron. LeBron asking what's up. And Rex saying not much. She's got done working on a project. So if you haven't, definitely go follow Millennium Workshop here on YouTube, but also on Instagram. Okay. He is an amazing artist when it comes to 3D printing. And some of the stuff that he's been doing is amazing. He completed a biker helmet from the first episode of Ahsoka, the one that Sabine is wearing on her speeder, and it looks great. He did an amazing job with the paint. I think that's my favorite part of his work, the way he handles paint and graphics. So definitely go check him out. Once again, here on YouTube as Millennium Workshop, and the same thing for Instagram. And of course, there we go. We got our mod LeBron dropping some of those links. That is Rex's YouTube channel. Again, Millennium Workshop. Go check him out here. And LeBron saying, hello, Kenobi. Hello, LeBron. What's going on, man? Too much? Let me know. Actually, let me see. So I was trying a new light setup, but maybe it was too much. Is this a little bit better? We got Rolando in the house. What's going on, brother? Thank you so much for being here. Rolando is our multiversal moderator. He's everywhere all at once. Saying hi to LeBron and Rex. LeBron dropping, again, Millennium Workshop's YouTube. Saying hi to Rolando. Rolando dropping Millennium Workshop's Instagram. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And LeBron dropping his own YouTube channel here in the chat. Once again, guys, if you see a link being dropped in the chat, by one of our awesome moderators, go ahead and check it out. If it's a YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Check out a couple videos, drop a couple of comments, things like that. If it's an Instagram, a TikTok, go follow. Check out their posts. We try to help each other around here. Martha, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. LeBron said, Martha. Millennium Workshop saying, thanks so much, man. Nah, man. Awesome work. And we got Rolando saying hi to Martha as well. Okay. Before we dive right into the episode, and again, we do have a lot to talk about, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping and remind you guys that we are going to be at CadabraCon in less than 2 weeks, actually. So not this weekend, but at the end of the month, from September 29th to October 1st. That's going to take place in Portland, Texas, which is right next to Corpus Christi, Texas. So if you guys are in the area, definitely come over, check us out. We're going to be there all weekend. Myself, Legacy of a Nerd, the Countdown City Geeks, we're going to be in attendance. We're going to be moderating panels. It's going to be super fun. There's going to be an amazing Power Rangers in Space 25-year reunion. And our brother Legacy of Nerd is going to be hosting that. So you don't want to miss that. Again, if you happen to be in the area, definitely stop by. Check us out. Say hi. Take a couple of pictures, all of that stuff. There's going to be plenty of voice actors. Obviously, a lot of Power Rangers in attendance. So definitely check that out. Daniel Logan for us Star Wars geeks is going to be there. um, as well as Susanna Malik. So definitely check it out. Again, September 29th to October 1st in Portland, Texas. It's coming right up. So it's going to be kind of nuts. We are actually going to be doing for the first time, we're going to be doing an episode of The High Ground with a live audience. So I'm still working out some of the details. If somebody has any good ideas, please shoot them over to me. And you can do so over on my Instagram, which is general.kenobis.bunker. Uh, Shoot me a DM and be like, hey man, I think it would be cool if you do this on stage, or if you involve the audience in a certain way, right? So again, I would appreciate it if you give me some of that feedback. I could definitely use the help because I'm still not too sure what I am going to be doing. Um, so yeah, please let us know. And if you have friends, family, anything like that, tell them come over. Check us out again at CadaverCon, September 29th to October 1st in Portland, Texas. All right, so that is the Instagram. Let me catch up quick here with the chat. We got some more people coming in. We got Duffman Dioramas. What's going on, brother? Saying General Kenobi. We got the home dude. Hey, appreciate you coming in, man. Thanks for joining the stream. Duffman say hi to Rolando and LeBron. We got Mr. Hollywood in the house. Nerd affiliated. Our brother Archer. Thank you so much for being here, man. Appreciate you. Duffman say hi to Archer. LeBron say hi to Duffman and Archer. Rolando doing the same. LeBron dropping Nerd Affiliated's YouTube channel. You guys definitely need to go check them out. These dudes do amazing work. They're gearing up like crazy for New York Comic Con. They got their Ghostbusters cosplay looking just amazing. All right, they've done a ton of work on those packs, those Proton packs, that is. So they're gonna look really, really cool. So definitely go check them out here on YouTube and Instagram. Rolando saying hi to home dude. LeBron dropping my Instagram. Appreciate it. So guys, once again, go ahead, click there, join the Instagram, give me a follow, and shoot me a DM and tell me, hey, yeah, I got this idea for a live version of the High Ground, which again is going to happen at the end of this month. And Rolando dropping Duffman dioramas Instagram as well. And like the name says, he makes dioramas and they are amazing. Okay, so you guys definitely need to go check that out. All right, so let's jump just right in, guys. We got a lot to talk about. Um, Ahsoka episode 6 dropped about 24 hours ago. I actually watched it a little bit later last night, so I had to stay off social media for a good chunk of the evening because I did not want to be spoiled, and rightfully so because yeah, there's a lot to be spoiled. Now, let me preface all of this by saying that even though I don't feel there was a particular like holy cow moment, like oh my god, that was just completely unexpected, the way it was done, visually is really cool. And we finally got to move along with the story, right? So we got to see a bunch of new stuff. So once again, if you haven't seen it, by all means pause the stream, go watch it. It's about 42 minutes, and y'all can come back and we can keep talking about it, or you can catch us on the replay. Remember, you guys in the future watching, you are also part of the Bunker Bunch. All right, so again, let's jump right in. And just as every Fulcrum Decoded, remember, we are talking spoilers. All right, we are going to go just right into the episode. So this is your final warning, and we're going to keep this guy here at the bottom going to let you know once again what we're talking about, which is Ahsoka episode 6 spoilers. Okay, so here we go. Alrighty then. Let me see. Nope. That does not look that great either. I don't know. Which one should we try? I guess we'll keep it like that. Okay, so we kick off episode 6 of Ahsoka, basically where we left off. We are riding inside our famous space whales, which, by the way, here got a little gripe. or a little bone to pick here because it is why do they keep calling them just space whales? Everybody calls them space whales. And at the same time, everybody seems to know about them now. So why not just call them purgles? I don't fully understand that part. But anyway, space whales it is. And so we ride like so. And inside we have Ahsoka and Hu Yang. Oops, I left the subtitles on. Sorry, I was working um on my Spanish channel video. And so for reference, I like to put the subtitles in Spanish so that I know what to call what. And speaking of, by the way, right on time, LeBron dropping the link for my Spanish channel, El Bunker del General Kenobi. So if you guys happen to speak Spanish and if you happen to like content in Spanish, by all means go check us out there. If not, if you have family, friends, arch enemies, go send them over there to our second YouTube channel, which is Spanish content. All right, so let's keep going. Anyway, so they're just shooting the breeze, because I'm assuming it's a long ride. Apparently, not nearly as long as I thought to get from one galaxy to the other, but we'll talk about it in a little bit. And so basically, they're having this little interaction, this little moment. Ahsoka is, remembering when Hu Yang used to tell them stories in the temple, and so he's like, "Oh, would you like me to tell the story?" And she's like, "Nah, it's all right." And he's like, "Well, you look worried about something." She's like, "Yeah, I didn't tell Hera, but you know, Sabine actually went willingly with Baylan." And Hu Yang is like, "Nah, that can't be." And Ahsoka's like, "Hey, I felt it through the Force. Um, I don't know why she made that wrong decision." And so Hu Yang's like, "Well, maybe it's wrong for you, right? Maybe she thought it was the only choice, and so she didn't see another path, right?" And Ahsoka is like, "All right, you know what? You're giving me too much insight. Um, so why don't you? I changed my mind. Why don't you just go ahead and tell me again one of those stories you used to tell us at the temple?" And what does Hu Yang say? A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Come on, that's just fun. Okay. Um, yeah, I like that. Okay. Yes, it's cheesy. Uh, again, it's like saying the title of the movie, right? In a dialogue, but I liked it. Okay, I'm a sucker for little. I don't even know if you could call it an Easter egg. It's a little homage, I guess. I don't know what to call it, but I enjoyed it. Okay, and so sure enough, that kicks off the episode,
far, far away.
and the episode is actually called "Far, Far Away," which I thought was cool. So we have Sabine in the I guess the enemy's ship, right? The Halo that's again flying through hyperspace to get to the other galaxy. And so Baylan kind of pays a visit and she's like, "Hey, just remember that you promised that I was gonna get to see Ezra." And he doesn't say, anything really. He just like walks away, heads up to the bridge, where Morgan Elsbeth is like, "Hey, how's a prisoner doing?" And he's like, "Oh man, he's fine." And Morgan Elsbeth is like, "I'm a little bit surprised that you're actually keeping your word about not harming her, right?" And Baylan says, "I feel that she still has a role to play, that she could still be useful for us," which is interesting, right? Maybe a little bit foreboding. So, and then, we are what, 5 minutes, 6 minutes into the whole episode, counting, like the intro maybe and the recap, and voila, we get to the new galaxy, which I gotta tell you, I thought that was super fast. All right. I mean, I'm not I am by no means a deep space research scientist, but my understanding is that the distance between galaxies, sorry, is just ginormous, right? And I understand they can get from one side to the galaxy, from one side to the other of the galaxy, pretty fast, right, with their hyperdrive technology. But there's still, there's still travel time. Okay, it's not like instantaneous because again, the distance is just so big. Um, so yeah, I thought we were gonna take a little while to get there. Um, yeah, let me jump right back here into the chat. You guys are on fire. Appreciate you guys. So I'm already lost here. Let's see. Um, Home dude saying Sabine kicking ass lightsaber. I found pretty cool. Yeah, she's getting a lot better moves. Nerd feeling saying hi to LeBron and Rolando. LeBron saying I bet the Purgles taste like calamari hot dogs. Dang it, that's a good idea. Um, Saying hey Archer, what's up? Want to hear the droid stories? Yeah, me too. Actually, I was kind of hoping we would get to see or hear, like you say, a little bit more of that. Archer saying, yeah, I thought it would be a flashback episode at this point. Yeah, right. So in I didn't get to do it here, but in my Spanish channel, I dropped a video yesterday about my predictions regarding this episode, and one of them was that we were gonna see a lot more flashbacks because we were just gonna be traveling at this point in this episode. And so the my expectation, I should say, was that we were not gonna get to see the new galaxy in this episode, but that went right out the window very, very fast. Archer says we should have an Ezra drinking game. She said his name so much in this episode. Yeah, you're right. LeBron said they probably could have got to Thrawn faster if they didn't have to make everything gold. Yeah, I noticed that. Hey, Mark, what's going on? GeForce Racing in the house. Appreciate you joining the stream, man. Thank you so much. Nerd affiliated said I expected the new galaxy to look different. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that I want to talk about that. G for saying hi to everybody. Appreciate you. We got Drave Collector Safe Space saying yo, what's going on, man? Saying hi, LeBron saying hi to G Force. Rolando doing the same. Saying Rolando saying hi to Dre. LeBron doing the same. Nerd affiliated said they don't even have hyperspace in this super engines look different. Yep, that's another thing I was gonna bring up right now. Actually, saying hi to Dre and G Force. Uh, Duffman saying hi to G-Force. LeBron dropping G-Force's YouTube here. Once again, guys, if you see a link being dropped here in the chat, go ahead and check it out, please. Dre saying hi to everybody. Okay, so Archer beat me to it, but one thing I did notice in both the space whales, I'll call them that as well. Now, you know what? I'm gonna call them Purgles. Is this here? When they're traveling to hyperspace to the other galaxy, I got to see like a lot more streaks of like color in the tunnel. Um, that's something that stood out to me like right away. The first few shots of the episode, and then we get to see here Morgan Elsbeth's halo ring flying through hyperspace the same way, and it is kind of how do you call it? It's kind of the same. It's kind of, this maybe this shot is not the best, but normally we just see like the dark blue and gray type of thing. But here we got some colors. I don't know if you can see some of the accents over here as well. And so, yeah, it was a little bit weird. So I agree, Archer. It did look different. Archer says the good idea was you're looking at the subs in Spanish. Oh yeah, dude, I do that a lot because not everything is immediately translated in my brain. Okay, so we get to a planet right away. So as soon as they exit hyperspace, we get to Peridia. And the one cool thing I can say about this planet is that these rings are not asteroids or space dust per se. They're actually Purgle bones, which I thought was a little bit it's a little bit creepy, not gonna lie, but I kind of like it at the same time. So apparently, the explanation is that the Purgles came this way, to the other galaxy, to Peridia, to die, basically. So that was their last. So if you see that, all the dust, you see the remainders of a bunch of. So it's basically a ginormous graveyard. It reminded me a lot of the Lion King. When they go to the elephant graveyard, it's kind of what this feels like on it. Obviously, now Morgan Elsbeth, finally starts dropping names. When she gets to Peridia, and she's like, "Oh yeah, this is Peridia. This is the ancient home place or home planet of the Dathomiri, right? Which I'm assuming are like the proto uh, dark side witches that we know, the Night Sisters, and I mean, I guess she had to get to the planet before she could actually straight up say their name. It's how do you call it? It was a little bit weird that she just wouldn't say, Night Sisters or Dathomir or anything like that for the past, 5 episodes. Anyway, they get there and they start their descent. So I was trying to get a good shot here. So okay, this is a good example. So this is what LeBron was talking about. She definitely makes things look good. All right, everything is gold for her. Even those consoles. I don't know if you can see in those like screens. And so that little shuttle that they're on, that is also gold. And so they take Sabine along for the ride. So yeah, that's the little shuttle right there. So they go down to the planet. So it's Baylan, Shin, Sabine, and Morgan, and they get to this place. Looks like a valley. Those gigantic statues, they were a little creepy. Not gonna lie. Okay, they gave me some of the Prometheus vibes. Especially their elongated faces and stuff. So I was like, okay, well. So I initially thought this place was like abandoned, but apparently not at all. So they land in this. I'm trying to get the shot here. See if I can get it because of a reference or visual reference we got for Lord of the Rings. I thought this place looked a lot like Minas Tirith. Oh come on, I want to get the shot of the temple of the Night Sisters. No, I think I missed it. Anyway, the point is that the temple looks a lot like the city of Gondor. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Anyway, we get to see something cool, which are Night Sisters, live action. They look very cool. They're obviously wearing red, a lot of red, and they were, I guess, messing with the settings or their capture droid thingies that apparently work on magic, but they're also technological in some way. So they're just there. They're probably very bored, waiting for a few months. Well, or what I thought was going to be a few months for Elsbeth to get there, but apparently, they were waiting for like 20 to 27 minutes. Um, so they get there, and it's like I don't know. So it's like nobody's surprised. It's like everybody knew what was going to happen. They, the Night Sisters are not surprised, and I get that because apparently they saw them through their dark magic, right? They were going to get there. Elspeth's not surprised to see them, even though she keeps saying she's, a survivor and, her sisters were wiped out and all that. I guess, neither Baylan nor Sabine are surprised. I think the only one, honestly, that was surprised to see them was Shin. I think she actually asked, like, what, more witches? Like for reals, Um, anyway, so they obviously ask about Thrawn right away. The mother, um, I was gonna say Mother Talcin, but I don't know her name. Um, says, "Oh yeah, no, he's on his way. Don't worry about it. But we are gonna take Sabine away." So they wrap her into those little, evil droid-looking thingies, and they take her away. There we go. That's kind of a good shot right there. So is it me or does that look like Minas Tirith? The the walled city of Gondor. That looks a lot like it to me. Yes, a lot, more creepy, but still. Let me catch up real quick here with the chat. let's see where we are. Where are we? Home to 10. At first, I thought it was Stridia from space. Oh my lord! Imagine if they actually did that. Oh, that would have been it for me. I mean, like, I don't care how bad the show is. That's a win just for that. Hey, Dark Blaze, what's going on, brother? Thank you for joining, man. Saying hi to everybody. LeBron saying the rings of death were so creepy. Yeah, man. Like we see the planet right as soon as we exit hyperspace. We're like, all right, it's like a Saturn type, like a ring planet, no biggie. But then they say, oh yeah, the Purgles come here to die and all that. I'm like, all right, well, okay, I guess. And then they zoom in into the ring, and I'm like, ho ho ho, that is a boatload of whale carcasses just floating out there. Very interesting. Oh, we got a nerd affiliating saying, this show is making me fandom menace. I swear. She knows about this planet from the stories of the witches. So why did they need a map? It's their home. Yes. So I've bumped into that a little bit too because the Purgles, used to be like a legend type of thing. That very few like space pilots knew about them and things like that. And all of a sudden there's stories about them from thousands of years ago, which does make sense. What doesn't make sense is that we didn't hear about those stories before, right? So I'm not complaining that like, oh, there's ancient legends about them. It to me it makes sense. I mean, beings like organic beings that can travel to hyperspace, people will definitely write about them, right? Again, what's not, what doesn't make too much sense is that they're only mentioning those stories at this point. When why do we even care if we already see them and we already know what they can do? But anyway, Roland saying had a dark place. We got Nerdfillet said they also know that the Night Sisters rode the whales of that world. So why not do that again to get there and find Thrawn? Again, that was one of my gripes from the last episode, that Ahsoka had to power up in order to be able to speak to the Purgles and for her to ask for an Uber. LeBron fits in. Darth Vader said Ahsoka will be queen of everything the light touches. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, man. Nerfilin says again, visuals are amazing. Only compliment. Yes, Prometheus, right? Those creepy looking things. G4 saying, hey Blaze, LeBron saying the Night Sisters looked awesome. They look good. Don't get me wrong, they look very good. I don't think I have any complaints in terms of the visuals. Maybe a small one. Dark saying, hey Rolando and G4's Nerfilin said they just stand there like what's her name just sits in her castle on the throne. Yep. Sabine isn't phased by them. Dude, nobody is. Like I said, the only one that kind of was freaked out to see them is Shin Hati. I'm like, didn't Baylan tell you about them? Like, and she's the only one that's like, whoa, 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 like there's more witches, and I think she actually calls them witches. To which I'm like, yes, thank you. Like, nobody, we're just gonna like run past that fact. The fact that we are in a whole other galaxy, a quadrillion miles away, and they still kind of look the same as they did in the Clone Wars. I Anyway, Duffman reminded you to smash that like button. So I appreciate it if you guys do so on the stream so that we tell YouTube that you guys are having fun. Jeff was saying, where's my Sash? Bring her back, Night Sisters. Yes. Oh man, I am all for that. Nerd affiliate saying definitely Lord of the Ring. Right, right. It's not just me, right? I mean, I'll look up an image of Gondor in a little bit. Let me see if I can. What was the name? Was it Minas Tirith? Yeah, I think it is. So, um, how can I do this? How can I do this? Come on. Okay, so let me share this other screen here. Look at that. Come on. I know it's not exactly the same, but I get the same vibes. The mountain behind him, the spire, like the rings. It's I don't know. It looks very very similar to me. I'm sorry. Um, so let's get back here to the episode. So, Shane and Baylan had a little bit of an exchange. He's like, "Why are we even here?" And Baylan tells her something that I thought it was a little bit interesting, saying, uh, the Jedi and have fallen before, and then they rise up again. It's like a cycle, right? It's like it never ends. It just keeps repeating itself. So we're here to find power that will stop that cycle, which is interesting because I really don't think he's here for Thrawn. All right, I'm not sure why he's here. Sheen asks him, and he says, "Well, the beginning is here." So I don't know if he's going, to try to learn the dark magic of the Night Sisters. He's after an artifact. He is looking for a new beginning, as in, you know what, I'm gonna stay in this galaxy and I'm just gonna make it right. Or if he's looking for a weapon to like end all life, something like that. So um Sabine is in a new jail in the catacombs of the Temple of the Night Sisters, and she actually tries to use the Force once again. It seems like successfully, but then we notice that this is what's really shaking the. Come on, again. Visually, this episode is amazing. All right, you all know I love capital ships, and this is Thrawn's Star Destroyer, which is called the Chimera, which is a badass name. Okay, um, I really like the way this thing looks because it makes a little bit, but it's basically all patched up. You see that? It's got golden panels because again, now everything has to be gold. Everything dealing with the new galaxy must be gold, and so it looks, it doesn't look great, right? It looks like it's barely functioning. You can still see the tattoos, of the Chimera down there, which I love about that Star Destroyer. I really need at least a Hot Wheels of this ship in particular, again with the markings. And so I thought it was really cool, visually amazing entrance. And so everybody's of course, lined up, and then we get these dudes right here. Enoch, come on, it's a nice name. I like that name. So we get to see a bunch of patched up stormtroopers. Plenty of them though. Still got some troops. Looking great. They got a bunch of sports tapes around them, and some of them have gold inserts, but none so much as this dude right here. Now, I want to get your opinion on this guy. Uh, Visually imposing, yes. Not, you know, not what would you call it? Not regulation look by no means. Is this mask meant to emulate Thrawn's face? So Enoch is basically the captain of all of the stormtroopers. Thrawn calls him, the captain of his guard. So what do you guys think? You think the mask is supposed to be Thrawn, in a weird way? And of course, we get a great entrance by Grand Admiral Thrawn. So there he is, finally, live action. So that's what I meant about the sports tapes with all the stormtroopers. And so yeah, we get Thrawn. We get to see Thrawn, get to hear him. He has a nice chat with everybody saying, "Hey, what's up? You guys took your sweet time, but hey, y'all are here. I appreciate you coming. Can we just get out of here?" And then um maybe I missed something, and maybe you guys can tell me what I missed, but he says, "Okay, well, just load up everything," right? And Morgan Elsbeth is, "Oh, I saw that we have a lot of stuff in the catacombs, so it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take about 3 days, 3 rotations." And he's like, "Yep, that's fine." So what are they taking? Um, I mean, later in the episode, we see just like crates, I guess. So I'm not too sure. Like, are they transporting more soldiers, weapons, you know, exotic energy sources from that galaxy? Like, I don't know. I don't know what is so important, right? That Thrawn would risk staying there longer, and they have to make it a priority that he would divert troops to basically carry stuff. Anyway, he gets to meet Baylan and Shin, so apparently they didn't know each other. He does Thrawn does recognize the name Baylan from the Jedi Order, and Baylan says, "Yes, that's me." And I like that because it just shows how much information Thrawn still knows about some of the key players in the galaxy, right? So remember, this dude is basically a military genius, genius overall, and he makes it a point to study everything there is to know about his possible enemies as well as his allies, by that for that matter. Um, so he looks okay. I still can get over some of his features, if I'm being honest. The voice, of course, is on point because he's the one who voiced it in the TV show of Rebels. He gets reunited with Sabine, and Baylan tells him, we had an agreement. If she helped us, which she did, we would basically help her, find Ezra. And Thrawn's like, "Yep, that's fine by me." Basically, Morgan found me because of you, right? So I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna give you a ride, and I'm gonna give you transport, and I'm gonna give you, our approximate location of where Ezra is. And he tells her there's a there's a good chance he's dead already. And she's like, "Pff, if you survive, he's just fine, right?" So again, I don't know. There's something about the features I'm not quite correct for me, but overall, I guess he looks just fine. LeBron saying, "Until further notice, she shall be Mother Carla." Let's do that. Nerdophilian said, "I think my only visual complaint in the whole series, you're not there yet, was on the Destroyer. CGI didn't look finished. Some of it, yes, I agree." Obi picking up with Relics joining the stream. What's going on, man? Saying hello there, everyone. Appreciate you, man. LeBron saying, even Jedi Survivor talks like Marin was the last switch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're all the last switch, and all of a sudden, nobody's shocked that there a bunch of them still left. It was Ministerial. Okay, thank you. LeBron said hi to Obi. Nerfilin said, "I also hope they would comment on the chick not looking like them anymore. Maybe saying that she's weak because she isn't following their dress code." Yeah. So apparently that is a strict dress code if it travels along between galaxies. Nerdophilia said, "Make a YouTube short or video about all the similarities between Lord of the Rings and this show." I might, dude. That's a good idea. Um, OBP Kenobi Relic saying, "Hey, LeBron." Rolando saying hi to OBP as well. Nerdophilia says, "I wish we scrapped this whole show and had a series about Baylan and his apprentice doing bad things, but him explaining why he's this way with flashbacks." Yes, so I'll cover it in a little bit, but I was expecting a flashback from Baylan for sure. And we didn't really get it. He kind of did talk about it, but not really. That was actually another one of my predictions in my Spanish channel prediction video, that we were gonna get Baylan's version of Order 66, which we might still, but just not on this episode. Rolando dropping OVP Kenobi Relics Instagram right there. Go definitely check him out. OVP saying, Rolando, he who is everywhere all at once. Yeah, absolutely. So mad at this. LeBron said, I keep thinking, setting up the use and bunk. Oh, I wish. I can't spell. Well, it's not an easy word. Don't worry about it. Nerd feeling saying, so mad. Visually amazing, but the Purgles didn't destroy this thing. Yeah, I know. They just kind of chewed it up. Comment, Rolando, I miss you on the 3PO stream. Maybe it's gold duct tape. Yeah, just about. Uh, Rolando saying, I was running around. Home dude saying, I'll take a Lego tatted Star Destroyer. Dude, yes, I'm telling you, it's going to look dope. Home dude saying, oh, that Stormtrooper is badass. It reminds me of Gladiator. Yes, exactly. Nerdfilling said, okay, I want these figures. However, WTF? The ship was loaded with troops? I don't understand. Yeah, so I thought about that too. But yes, so normally a Star Destroyer has a contingent of a few thousand, stormtroopers, a few hundred TIE fighters. Some of them would even carry like ground vehicles like ATSTs, ATATs. Sorry. Um, so I don't bump into that because at the end of Rebels, he basically arrives to Lothal, right? He was coming back from Coruscant, I think. Don't quote me on that one. But the point is that he was off system. So he arrived with a fully decked out Star Destroyer, right? So his full contingency was there by the time he was, I guess, thrown into hyperspace, right? So there definitely would have been a lot of troops on it. But let me catch up here because we still got a lot to cover. So we get this giant dog horse bat thing, and he kind of grew on me. Not gonna lie, through this episode. But at first I was like, well, that thing is gonna eat Sabine like alive. And off she goes into the wilderness, Um, and Thrawn is like, "Oh yeah, no, we're gonna let her go and look for Ezra, but Baylan and Shin, you're gonna go, follow her. So if she does find um, Ezra, you guys are gonna destroy them." And Baylan's like, "All right, I guess." He didn't look too excited at that order, to be honest with you. So off they go into a very same galaxy-looking planet, if I'm being honest. Um, anyway, I guess to the surprise of nobody, she gets ambushed by this, sort of samurai-looking dudes. Um, and she puts up a fight, her being Mandalorian and everything. Quite a few of them. And so one of them blasts away one of her blasts right there. And then so she goes, and she had some really good moves. Let's see if I can catch some of that actual fighting with the lightsaber here without being taken down. But she definitely busted, better moves this time around. Oh, check that out. So did a lot better than that first episode, that's for sure. And so she basically defeats the bandits. So this is what I was talking about. We're back at the temple of the Night Sisters, and pretty much all of the stormtroopers, or a lot of the stormtroopers, are carrying those containers into the Chimera, which I don't know. I thought when he meant, oh, load them up, he meant load up the Halo, because that's the intergalaxy travel ship. So I don't know if he's planning to just tag along, like we're gonna we are gonna just basically hold the Chimera with the ring. I'm not sure, but these guys are taking a bunch of containers, apparently from the whoops, from the temple, or Minas Tirith, uh, to the Star Destroyer. So not too sure what's going on there. And then so Thrawn is saying, or Morgan is asking, do we really care that we're gonna, we have to eliminate Ezra and Sabine? And at Admiral Thrawn is saying, you know what, it doesn't really matter. Like if they kill him, that's good. And if not, they're still gonna be stranded here because we basically got the only ship that can make the jump, right? And he does say, and that goes for your mercenaries. And he's talking about Baylan and Shin. So Sabine becomes friends with the Doc Horsebat, and he kind of starts showing her around. That this is his planet, or his galaxy even. And again, nothing too strange that we haven't really seen before, honestly. So the point is that he sniffs out this turtle, this like baby TMNT thing that's surprisingly well dressed. Let me see if I can get look at that. This has some nice threads on him or her. I don't know what this is. So yeah, we get this rock turtle thing, and he's pretty cute. And apparently, he is friendly, and he notices something on Sabine, her emblem, right? Her Rebel Alliance emblem. And it turns out Homeboy is actually carrying the same emblem on him. And so that's how they become friends. The the Rock TMNT baby calls out other Rock TMNT's babies that were apparently only hiding. And so they start talking or try to talk to Sabine, and Sabine is like, "Hey, I think you all know Ezra, right?" And they're all discussing, and one of them does say Ezra Bridger, and she's like, "Yes, yes, like please, like, can you tell me about him? Can you take me to him? All of that stuff." Um, Let me jump right back here into the chat. Home Dude says, "Need a figure ASAP, dude. I need like 10 figures from this episode. Actually, maybe not 10, but let's count them. Let's see. So I need an Enoch. I need a Stormtrooper with the sports tape. I need I'll take an Ezra. I will take an Ezra. I kind of did like those bandits, the way they look. I'm not gonna lie. With it looked a lot like the Crimson Guard, but the Crimson Corsair, sorry. But with like a lot more of samurai going on. So I'll take one of those, maybe a couple if they do variations. Um, those Night Sisters look pretty good, so I'll take a new mother. What did we call them? Mother, whatever, new mother of the Night Sisters. So Thrawn, I don't know. I don't know that I like that look too much. If I'm being honest, I still need a Baylan and a Shin. That those are a must for me now. And I'll tell you what, I will take a Sabine with a poncho because they're doing that, and that's gonna be an exclusive, and it's gonna be a deluxe, and it's gonna be like $40. And she's only gonna come with two blasters and a lightsaber, if that. And the poncho, of course. No helmet though. So yeah, plenty of figures for this episode. And so, well, since we're here, let me catch up here a little bit further. LeBron saying Captain Goldface creeped me out. Bad worse than Ahsoka at the bolt. Oof, I don't know, man. That Ahsoka boldness was, stuff of nightmares. Nerdophilian said, of course they have to load things up. They need to drag the story on. Keep Cup Kenobi. Yep, I should know better. Nerdophilian says that CGI was so bad. He's saying Thrawn looks like he belongs in Jedi Knight cutscene. Oh yeah, they used to do those with actual actors, right? Like live action. That was interesting. Thrawn also been eating good. Yes. So I didn't want to bring it because I am not one to talk about it. But man, yeah. Home Dude says at first glance I thought Thrawn was Elon Musk. Same here. And same for Nerd Affiliated. Smurf Musk. I like that. LeBron said my biggest complaint was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Crabs went on too long. Yes, me too. They're like a committee. They're just like debating. I'm like, we've established that we're all kind of friends now. LeBron saying, but I love the episode. G4 saying, be fair, fellas, this is a TV show, not a movie. It's pretty badass CGI for the budget. And I think they had a pretty big budget though, but I didn't bump into it too much this episode. And LeBron dropping the link for my episode 6 predictions that I did on the Spanish speaking or Spanish language channel. So if you guys want to go check that out, I did call out a few things, and I missed most of it though. Nerdophilia says, yeah, the dog grew on me too. LeBron saying the rat, bear, pig, dog look like from Willow. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. That is a good point. Yeah, Baylan should have checked Thrawn. Yep. Gotta hate this bulletproof stuff. It's getting old. Oh, the best card, you mean? Yeah. Howler equals bad dog. Maybe the camera plugs in the Halo. That's what I was thinking. I mean, it's got enough room on the inside, I guess. Classic Star Wars moments with the turtles. Didn't mind it. No, I liked it too. New remasters have been with Poncho for $55. Yes, and you don't get a helmet, and you get one blaster and one lightsaber, not two blasters, because she got one taken away. Hey, Aaron Waller, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for joining the stream. I appreciate you. One of the hardest working men here on YouTube. Definitely, guys, go follow Aaron Waller. Appreciate you for coming in, man. Rambling Nerd, what's going on, man? Appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, look at that. You got the Nerd Affiliated gang assembling right here in the chat. Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. I would love a mother, Carla. Carla, there you go. I couldn't remember her name. Sorry about that. Aaron saying Thrawn looks like Elon Musk and Robert Patrick. Yes, and both in a bad way. LMAO says rambling nerd to Aaron. And Nerd Affiliate reminds you guys to hit that like button here on the stream, and I would greatly appreciate it if you do so, because it's supposed to let the famous YouTube algorithm know that we are doing a good job here. So I appreciate for the reminder. LeBron saying hi, Aaron. Aaron saying what's up, LeBron. Hey, we got Daniel, our brother from the Legacy of Nerds, saying yo. We got Robert Gilster saying Bunker Bunch. LeBron saying, what if Willow takes place in this galaxy? Okay, so I actually wouldn't mind that too much, I think. Legacy Nerd saying just finished. You just finished the episode. Very nice. So coming in fresh. So you're probably gonna point out more stuff than I can right now. We got LeBron dropping the Legacy of Nerds YouTube channel. Guys, you definitely need to check it out. Nerd feeling saying gang gang. LeBron dropping Aaron Waller's YouTube. Thank you, LeBron, for that. Definitely go check him out. Rolando saying hi to Archer. Josue, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for joining the stream. I appreciate you, brother. Saying hello, General, and everyone. Rambliner said, it was another meh episode to me. I'm finding myself less and less able to look to the light side of things. Do not fall into the dark side, my friend. We're almost there. LeBron saying hi, Legacy. Nerdfeeling says, keep in mind, IGN gave this and last week a 9. Both got the same score. Yeah, yeah, I see that. Robert Kilster saying, hey, General Kenobi, what's going on, brother? Thanks so much for being here, man. Rolando saying hi to Aaron, Ramblin Nerd, and Josue. Okay, so yeah, so let's keep going. Let's wrap up the episode here, or our episode recap. So the Rock TMNT babies takes a beam back, and the bad horse dog to their village. Mind you, the bad horse dog kind of wants to eat them. Now, here, Baylan and Shin are obviously on the trail of Sabine, and they find a bunch of the dead, Red Corsair samurai dudes dead.
Looks like she survived.
Very, very much so. The powers of deduction of Baylan do not fail him and say, well, if she's not here dead on the ground, I think she survived. To which I'm like, yep, that sounds about right. And he drops so Sheen asked, actually flat out asked now after months of dealing with them, I guess. Honestly, it's probably been like 8 hours in the story time, all these episodes. Anyway, Shin Hati asks, or Hati, because apparently I've been pronouncing it wrong, according to Morgan Elsbeth, asks Baylan, hey, do you know Ezra? And he's like, nope, he was too young. He didn't train in the Jedi temple.
Bridget? No, he's too young.
He's like, basically saying, he's before or he's after my time. But he drops
Comes from a breed of
here. This line I thought was interesting, and I'm sure people are already looking into it, but I still haven't checked it out, the term. So if anybody knows here in the chat, please let me know. So Baylan says he comes from a breed of Boken Jedi. And what he says after that is basically Jedi that were trained in the wild, right? Not in a temple. So off the top of my head, I don't know that I've heard or seen that term, Boken Jedi. So if anybody has, and maybe I missed it before, so let me know in the chat if you guys have. Anyway, so the point is that Baylan, talks like Baylan does, and Sheen flat out asks him, "Is like, hey, do you miss the Jedi Order? Is that what's going on? Because you sound like very nostalgic, dude, for something you didn't like." And Baylan again gives a very Baylan answer and says, "I miss the idea of it. I miss what it was supposed to be. I don't miss the reality. I don't miss the weakness, the corruption." So again, I'm more and more interested on Baylan than Thrawn or Ezra, for that matter, honestly, in this episode, or in this, in this show, in the whole series. Baylan has been by far my favorite character. So I don't know what he's looking for, right? I mean, it seems like he's very determined, and he doesn't necessarily seem evil per se. Again, I don't know if his end goal is to eradicate all life, in the universe or anything like that. It kind of doesn't seem like it, but it also doesn't seem like, oh, I want to be the next emperor. That doesn't seem like him either. So very, very interesting. So we'll see where that leads. Anyway, they basically ran into this dude's here coming back.
Don't you hear it?
Where is it? Because he says, that there's something here in this new galaxy,
Something stirs here.
and they basically bump into the bandits. A couple of the ones that survive. See, I kind of like those armors. I don't know, they look good. Um, and then we get back to Sabine in the TMNT village, right there. Looking very Shelly, and she just kind of wanders through, right? And then we get this guy. Like LeBron likes to call him, we get Space Aladdin. There he is. That's Ezra Bridger in the flesh for the first time, live action. Um, I gotta be honest with you, it does, you know, Space Aladdin did come into mind when I first saw him. But let me catch up here with the chat. Let's see. We got the Legacy of Nerd saying, hot take. I like this episode more than the Anakin episode. I can totally see that. And okay, I'll reserve it for the wrap up. Hold on. LeBron Fed saying Space Aladdin returns. I'm so happy. There you go. Laughing says nerd affiliated. Aaron Waller said, I thought he had Aladdin vibes too. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Rambler says, shouldn't she want to get out of there? Not take time to catch up. This isn't the Mandalorian I met in Rebels. Yeah, there is that. She was always in a rush, right? Aaron asks, particularly if you watch Rebels, especially. Praise Space Aladdin. There you go. Archer saying Boken Jedi are Jedi training the ways of the Order in the wild after the fall of the Temple. So basically every Jedi after Episode 3. Rambling Nerd says, yes, the baddies and the war between world stuffs are more intriguing. Nerdfillian said, only 2 more episodes with... Yep. Uh, LeBron says, I can't wait to see how Space Aladdin became Splinter. Yeah. There's that. We got Collect to Disconnect in the house. Appreciate you, Johnny, man. Thank you so much. Saying those eyes get me every time. Oh, Shin Hadi's eyes. Oof. I hear you, brother. LeBron says Space Aladdin is one of my favorite characters. We got Jeff, Star Wars Addict 77, saying hello there. Thank you so much for joining, brother. I appreciate you coming in. LeBron dropping Collect to Disconnect's YouTube channel right there. Nerdfillian said it. I wanted Ezra to be more badass looking, but this was more on brand. He's living that hippie life. Yes, I actually thought about it after the episode too. I was like, I kind of wish, that Ezra would have popped up, ambushing some stormtroopers, stealing some food or weapons, and giving it to like his band of rebels. But then I thought about it, and you know what? I'm kind of okay with this. This, like you said, it is more on brand. He would try to kind of chill out, right? He never really wanted to be a part of the war, um, even though he became pretty active in it, obviously. But yeah, I kind of like this. He looks good, and he's got a bunch of cute little friends with him, which I don't know if they are actual fighters. I didn't see weapons, or I didn't think I saw weapons. Collect to Disconnect says he looks like his dad from Rebels. Oh, there you go. That's a good point. That is a good point. LeBron saying hi, addict. Aaron Waller saying Kanan over Space Aladdin any day. I mean, Kanan is his own thing, that's for sure. I would love to have seen more of him. Nerdfilm says, watch Ezra have a turtle baby and Sabine get in. Yikes. Collect to Disconnect says, it's been 10 years, right? Since they've been stranded. That sounds about right. So Rebels and where is it? Rebel and what is it before episode 4? And the original trilogy is what, 3-4 years worth of time, maybe 5. And this is meant to be supposedly at least concurrent with the Mandalorian timeline. So yeah, add another 5 to 7 years. So yeah, that sounds about right. I think the math checks out. So I would say, yeah, 10 years. LeBron saying Ezra looked badass in his chainmail. Yes, I noticed that too. I'm telling you, man, Lord of the Rings all the way. Maybe that's the galaxy they jumped into. Hit that like button and support the bunker. Hey, I appreciate that, Jeff. Thank you so much. And remember, guys, you are the Bunker Bunch. You, in the future, watching this on the replay, I appreciate you as well. Star Wars Static says, I love all the creatures in this one. Right? That was definitely something that I enjoyed thoroughly on this one. Like I said, the the dog horsebat, grew on me a lot more through the episode. Nerdaffiliated says, yeah, I thought he'd be with bandits too, but I'm good with this. My dream, considering Thrawn took the ship back, would have been for Ezra to be in a cell. I thought about that too. Now, that doesn't mean that Ezra wasn't captured, right? Remember, Collective Disconnect says it's been years, right, since they got stranded there. So I'm assuming at the beginning he probably got taken captive. You know, Actually, maybe at the beginning they worked together, right, to survive, to try to find what's what in this new planet. Um, then maybe Thrawn is like, you know what, this isn't working out. I'm just gonna capture you. He probably did. I think he had enough resources to do so, but I don't think he had enough resources to keep him. So he probably just escaped. And Thrawn was like, you know what, I need to get myself a lot of gold to repair this Star Destroyer, the Chimera, and my stormtroopers, and I'm gonna need like miles and miles of red sports tape for their armor. So I got other stuff to do. All right, Ezra Bridger is going nowhere because I'm going nowhere. So might as well, let him be for a while. And Collective Disconnect says, yeah, those baby Ninja Turtles are cool. Yeah, man, I kind of like them. Jeff saying, what's up, LeBron? Jeff saying, Enoch, they better not do dirty. He better fight and be badass. Oof. I think somebody just doesn't want to see another Captain Phasma. Okay, it's Collective Disconnect. Have you played Jedi Survivor? I have not finished it. I have not finished it. I know I'm so bad, but I haven't. Um, LeBron saying, if Ezra is Splinter, does that make Sabine April? Yes, it does. Nerdaphilia says 10 years. Rebel ends at 1. BBY, this is about 9. ABY. Yep, that sounds about right. LeBron said Ezra is awesome at escaping. Yep. Rambler says, has a mouse and mouse. It's true. Collective Disconnect. Are those troopers also zombies powered by the witches? Dude, okay. Remember, crazy theory maybe, but maybe not so crazy. Remember all those crates that they were loading up from the temple, from Minas Tirith to the Chimera, to the Star Destroyer? What if, hear me out, what if Thrawn asked the Night Sisters to stockpile zombie soldiers for him? And why stockpile? Because he was convinced he was going to return to the, I don't know what to call it, to the Star Wars galaxy, right? And so at this new galaxy, this Lord of the Rings galaxy, I don't think he has any big threat that he needs, battalions and battalions. So maybe he's like, you know what? I ran out of red sports tapes already. The gold, I spent most of it on Enoch's, self-portrait helmet. So for now, since I can't feed or arm or, put a bunch of red tape on him, 10,000 troopers, how about you, Night Sisters, just stockpile them for me in these neatly sarcophagus looking containers? And when we're ready to go back, right, go back and take over the Star Wars galaxy, then we're going to load them up. And that's going to be my undead army. I'm just saying. Think about it. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. Okay, so let's just I guess wrap up here the final, finally we get reunited, even though this is the first time we see them in live action together. And Ezra's kind of like, hey, yeah, how'd you find me? And blah blah. And she's like, yeah, let's not talk about that. I don't want to tell you that I betrayed everybody we know back home just to get here. So let's put a pin on that. And Ezra's like, all right, did you see my my good looking chainmail that I got in this Lord of the Ring galaxy here? And Sabine's like, I got Beskar, so don't you talk to me about a good time. And so, they got the flirtatious looks and I missed you and all that stuff. Again, the Chimera looks great. It looks banged up for sure, but I like it. I really. And then, so they basically give not so great news to our good old Grand Admiral. The Datomiri witches tell him, oh, by the way, yeah, we just sensed through our dark magic and all that there's somebody else coming over from the Star Wars galaxy. And he's like, what do you mean? And she's like, yeah, she smells like Jedi, so yeah. And Thrawn basically looks over to Elsbeth and he's like, hey, didn't you say your boy killed her, like dead? And of course Elsbeth, it's like, oof, well, that's what he told me, right? And Thrawn is like, oh, great. So uh after all these years, you've been through the Clone Wars, all of that stuff, the Jedi Purge, and you still don't know what the Jedi are capable, like, they can play possum and all of that. So anyway, you are basically useless to me except for your ship. So I'm gonna need to get all the information on her, on Ahsoka Tano. I need to know everything, what she likes, what stories she likes, what color her lightsaber is, who her master is, and why she is wearing all white now. And so one thing that actually does excite me about this specifically, when Thrawn says, "I need to know who her master is or was." And so remember, guys, Thrawn knew Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader later on. And Thrawn was one of the very, very few that put two and two together and actually discovered that Darth Vader used to be Anakin Skywalker. So when he knows, or when he reads, the recap on Ahsoka, and he's like, "Oh, I know her master." That could be pretty interesting. I think that I'm hoping that's gonna lead to some very interesting interactions on it. So I'm not even showing. So anyway, that's kind of it. He just says, "Oh, by the way, witches, I'm gonna need some of your dark magic," and we basically,
The
wrap up the.
thread.
And so there it is. Ahsoka episode 6, far, far away, right? Um, some good, some bad. I Overall, I liked it. Of course, I like that we're finally, moving ahead, I should say, or moving along the story, right? We knew we were gonna get to this new galaxy. We knew we were gonna get to see Ezra and Thrawn. I personally didn't think we were gonna get to see both of them in the same episode. We did, and kind of plenty of it. Okay, I thought that Ezra was just gonna make like a cameo at the end of the season, um, but no, we got a lot, right. Once again, we got a lot of questions to be answered, right. um, which is good. Again, I don't want everything to be super, explained to me. Um, but let me read you guys. Let me see what are you guys thinking about this one. Where is it? Where is it? So Revenant says, honestly, the fact that Ezra didn't crash that Star Destroyer shows a lack of follow through. Yeah. LeBron says, yes, collect. It's awesome game. Oh, Jedi Survivor. Yeah. Legacy Nerd says, Captain Phasma, Boba Fett, Marek, all the same. Yeah. Shinies don't make a great captain. Uh Jeff from Star Wars Addict says, Amazon Red Tape is sold that. Dang it. Should have placed my order. Collective Disconnect says, I was just asking, since the point of Jedi Survivor was going to a planet that no one could reach, similar to Ezra and Thrawn going to a planet no one could reach. Yeah, so that was a little bit of a gripe for me on this episode. I'm like, okay, we're in a different galaxy. Like that's completely uncharted territory as far as canon goes. Um, we've seen beings from other galaxies, but not the other way around, right? Like we haven't taken our characters into an unknown galaxy. But first of all, I know it's just one planet in like a trillion planets in that galaxy. But come on, man! Like the first time you're gonna show us a new galaxy and you give us one, a planet that looks like any other planet in any other part of the galaxy we already know. Cool detail about the ring of Purgle bones. Pretty creepy. I really like that. Pretty original. But that was kind of it, right? At least that they've said in this episode, no new rules. Maybe when Ahsoka gets there and she's like, "Oh, what's going on here? I can't feel the Force like at all. It's like I'm caught off." Or the Force is a lot stronger here, or the Force feels very weird here, like it's out of balance. Like, give me something, give me a little bit of a difference. Because this just felt like Collective Disconnect is saying, this just felt like a planet, not a galaxy, just a planet that they couldn't reach, right? Um, Again, yes, I know I'm being nitpicky, but we've been talking about this new galaxy for a while, right? Pretty much the whole show, and we finally get to see it, and it's not, it's not very new. Hopefully, next episode we'll get to, develop the story a little bit more, develop the setting, develop the new galaxy. Like, give me something new, give me something weird at least about it. Collective Disconnect says that's a good theory. Thank you, thank you. LeBron saying maybe Thrawn taught Kilo how to repair things. Yeah, maybe that's a good point. Nerdfilin says, so is Thrawn supposed to jump in that beat up ship? That's what I'm saying. Is he just gonna, tow it with the Halo? Is that what's gonna happen? LeBron says the Thrawn Vader book is amazing. I haven't read it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I started. I didn't finish it. Archer believe in the gold and red. Yes. Jeff saying fight, fight. Last two episodes. I hope so. That would be pretty fun. Um, LeBron saying 8 out of 10. So happy Space Atlanta returns. All right, all right. Legacy Nerd saying I really don't think Ezra will make it out of this season. Oh, that's interesting. I kind of like that. Jeff saying also he just flies his ship around this planet or go around to other planets. That is an excellent question. The Chimera look in a pretty rough shape. So I don't know that it's capable of hyperspace jump. I would assume it is capable of going out into space, but maybe just sublight. One of the shots when it first arrives on the top of Minas Tirith does have a busted engine. It's one of the engines is off, one of the big ones. Oh, where am I? Here. LeBron saying, I wonder why Baylan didn't smell like a Jedi, right? Nerdophilian saying 7 out of 10. All right, all right. Nerdophilian says, you're not being too judgment or anything. If this was a different franchise with the same plot holes with Wreck, that's a good point. Rambler Nerd saying, maybe the rings dock with it and have a shield. It'll expand over the ship. Yep. That's actually something I thought was going to happen before they made the jump to the other galaxy. I thought that they had to dock with something else to make the jump. Aaron says, been reading the Heir to the Empire trilogy, and it's pretty great. Yes, yes, it is one of the best stories I think out there. The Legacy Nerd says, I wonder what gas prices are out there. Yeah, dude, me too. Star Wars Addict 77, Jeff saying, Sith Old Spice, LeBron. Ooh, there you go. So, there it is, troopers. Ahsoka episode 6. Lots of new stuff. Visually, again, I don't think I have any complaints. I like the creatures. We finally get to see some creatures, which is good. Thrawn, maybe Thrawn is my only visual complaint. There's just something about him. I don't. The best way I can explain it is my brain can't put together his image with his voice just yet, because that's his voice from Rebels, and I know Rebels is an animated show. It's never gonna look realistic, but there's just something about him, maybe like his pose, his demeanor. I don't know. There's something that doesn't quite match up yet. We're gonna get to see a lot more of him, so I think that's gonna go away. And so visually amazing. I love seeing the Chimera again. I hope it makes it out of this galaxy. Sports tape stormtroopers look good, with the little gold accents. I need Black Series of all of those guys. Captain Enoch, definitely left an impression, I think, on everybody. And again, is his faceplate supposed to be Thrawn? Is that what we think is going on? I don't know. Night Sisters, why wasn't anybody shocked besides Shin that there's still Night Sisters and they look the same? And we're in another galaxy that they haven't visited in I don't know, several tens of thousands of years, maybe at this point. I don't know. A couple of things that we're bumping into. Ezra, like I said, initially I bumped into it. I'm like, man, I kind of wish, he would have shown up, lightsaber wielding, exploding stuff, like hitting stormtroopers. But then again, then I thought about it more, like Nerd Affiliated said, and I think this is more on brand. I'm kind of okay with the way he just shows up, kind of casually. I was like, hey, what's up? Check out my beard now. I also got Baby Rock TMNTs with me. And those are great, by the way. I really like those guys. And so Sabine looking a lot better with a lightsaber. She busted some nice moves. There's the still my most interesting plot point, or I guess story within the story, is Baylan's. Really want to know what he's up to. Great character. I've said it, I think, from the very beginning. And he has only become more likable, I think, as the show goes on. He doesn't feel evil. He feels driven. He feels like, I have an objective and I fully believe this objective is for the greater good. I just don't know what that objective is, or how much he's willing to destroy, right, to get to it. But I definitely want to know more about him. Shin, she still looks amazing. I really like her character too. Really, really cool. Again, she was kind of like the only one in disbelief out of all this stuff, which is a little bit, baffling. What are they hauling from the Minas Tirith into the Star Destroyer? Weapons, supplies. I'm still leaning towards zombies. Or what would you call it? Dark magic troopers, Night Brothers, maybe, or a variation of Night Brothers. Mutated rock TMNT babies. I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting, but I definitely do think it's a resource that Thrawn is going to use, or has been planning to use, to conquer the Star Wars galaxy. So it's going to be interesting. We only got 2 more episodes in this show, in this season. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a second season, but I don't think it's been official yet. And man, as things have been going, with the writer strike and the actor strike, I don't know when. It's going to be a while for sure. So 2 more episodes. And I really hope they're good, because after this show ends, after episode 8, we are not going to get live action Star Wars for a while, I think. Andor season 2 seems to be the most complete out of the projects. And I don't know. I don't know when that's going to be out. I highly doubt it's going to be this year. At this point, even next year is looking kind of not great. So let's hope we enjoy them. So far, I think the fandom is overall accepting of this show. I like that we are moving to new stuff, which is good. I just wish it felt a little bit more new. But again, we still got 2 episodes, so I don't want to be too pessimistic. So far, the overall show has been pretty solid. There's still a lot of questions to be answered, and I'm here for it. All right. So, but as always, you let me know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments, if you're watching this on the replay, what did you feel was the best part of episode 6, Far Away? Was it the title? Was it the mention of the finally outspoken, within the Star Wars universe, the outspoken tagline of a long time ago in a galaxy far away? Again, I kind of like that. I know it's cheesy. I don't care. I enjoyed it. Let me catch up here with the last comments, and then whoa, I just saw the time. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out, man. You are amazing. Where are we? Rounder says, "Oh, that's right. Legacy fuel is an issue in Star Wars now." Yep, yeah, it is. The Legacy owner says Thrawn's head is off. Yeah, there's just something about him. Rolando dropping Jeff's Instagram. Definitely go check him out. Jeff saying, "I don't think he shows as powerful. Speaking is fine." Yes, there's something about his demeanor. Something's a little bit off to me. LeBron says Thrawn's eyes look pink sometimes. Yeah, well. Jeff saying, "Thanks, Rolando." Legacy nerd saying, "I don't know. There was that time Morgan asked why he doesn't send more troopers, and he took that long pause. That was kind of scary." That is true. That is true. I forgot about that part. Like I said, you just watched it, so that helps. When he's saying, we don't have that many troopers, so two squads will do. I was like, "Ew, all right, you're the boss." Rolando Flores saying, collect to disconnect. Star Wars Static saying, I love the Red Tusken Raiders. Yes, I wouldn't mind some figures out of those guys. LeBron saying, the gold face really creeped me out. It's karma for messing with Kenobi about Ahsoka the Bold. Yeah, see what happens? See what happens? Legacy Winner says, it is just me, or does Shin keep wearing less and less black? Right, I thought so too, but she still can pull it off. And we got Aaron saying, the troopers look like Dead Troopers book cover, which was dope. Oh, man, don't even get me started. The troop. Are we gonna get to see the real Dead Troopers? Is that what's in those sarcophagus containers looking thing? Does the other galaxy have zombies? All good things to ponder. Obi Picking up Relic says Thrawn has the dad butt going in. Yes, that he does. I think he found some rock TMNT, meat out there that he really liked. Because yeah, I see that. I see that. That belt looking a little snug. Um, Okay, so one last thing I wanted to mention before we part ways tonight. I became a affiliate on Evo Retro, which is a Canadian company that does awesome collectible protectors, such as Star Wars. I actually use a bunch of those back there. They do acrylic stands as well. They do comic books. They do Funko Pops. They do uh, trading cards. They do video games, like actual cassette video games. They got protectors for those. So I would appreciate it if you guys check out my affiliate link here, which I will drop right here in the chat. So if you guys go through that and decide to make a purchase, it will help out the channel. So thank you for that. Check them out. Like I said, they got plenty of products. So Evo Retro, my affiliate link right there in the chat. So once again, I appreciate it. They do stuff not just for Star Wars. If you collect, GI Joe Classifieds, if you collect DC Multiverse, they got some protectors for those guys too. So definitely go check them out, please. And once again, quick reminder that we are going to be in CadabraCon at the end of the month, September 29th to October 1st in Portland, Texas. So if you're there, or if you know anybody that's around the area that's very close to Corpus Christi, send them our way, tell them to say hi. And with that, I thank you so much for hanging out with me. We ran a little bit longer than usual, but again, we had a lot to talk about. I appreciate each and every single one of you that were here in the chat, dropping comments. Thank you to our mods dropping those links. Again, go check them out. And thank you for hanging out. This was super fun. It's always very fun. We only got 2 left, guys. 2 more Fulcrum Decoded for the rest of the year, probably. So for the season finale, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I think we're actually gonna do a pre, a during, and a post show. So stay tuned for that. I'll try to set it up once I know more or less what that day looks like. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. Like I said, this is gonna be the last show for a while that we get. So let's try to enjoy it and send it out with a bang. Once again, thank you so much for everybody that joins me here live. Thank you to you in the future catching the replay. I appreciate you. And remember, you all are the Bunker Bunch. Everybody, have a good night. Have a great rest of your week. Go watch Ahsoka again. And I'll catch you on the next one.